Hi, I'm Charles Band, and welcome to Full Moon's Videozone. I had a blast making this movie. You know, it was difficult stepping out for a few weeks as director, but we all did it. I worked with a wonderful cast. It's a bizarre film. It's pretty much, I guess, a trademark Full Moon film. It's got bizarre creatures. It's got girls in a cage. It's got a guy with a head the size of an avocado, 3 maniacal little puppets, which by the way, we have action figures now in production. I saw the prototypes recently. They look great. I think Pimp Doll is going to wind up being everyone's favorite. And after Blood Dolls, we have a movie coming out called Totem, which is the poster behind me. In October for Halloween, we'll have the Retro Puppet Master. After Retro, we have The Dead Hate the Living, which I'm excited about, a very straight, zombie, gooey, gross movie by Dave Parker. And in December will be our first urban film under the Alchemy label called Ragdoll. You guys should check all these pictures out. Anyway, we have some exciting new films in the year 2000. We have about 30 features that will be released between the 5 labels. And I'll see you on the next edition of the Videozone.
Full Moon Pictures invites you to witness their newest blood-soaked masterpiece.
Mr. Mascaro, let's begin the sequence.
Blood Dolls.
And action.
Charles Band returns to the director's chair to tell this strange tale of love, horror, and musical mayhem. So listen carefully and be very afraid of what you're about to experience.
Stop! Well, I came up with the idea for Blood Dolls, really thinking about a way to combine a number of elements. I wanted to make sure we had like a rock and roll sort of underpinning to the film. I wanted to make sure that we had our 3 soon-to-be action figures, the Blood Dolls. And you know, those characters were really developed first by a very talented fellow who's no longer with us, Mark Williams. So between the Blood Dolls, the weird, nasty clown, the little dwarf dude who, I shouldn't even say it that way.
I'm not a dog, you know.
Take 2. Between the Blood Dolls and the nasty clown and our little guy, Phil Fondacaro, not to mention Debra Mayer, who plays this really nasty chick who you eventually, I think, fall in love with. And of course the lead, now you've seen the movie, that's why you're watching this interview, so I won't spoil anything, but the idea of having a guy who's got the head the size of an avocado, but who's really powerful and controlling was very appealing. So somehow it's like this weird mix master of all these elements that kind of came together in this movie.
Well, I don't suppose there's any more need for secrets between us.
Close your mouth, Cindy dear. It's rude.
Well, he's an eccentric software billionaire genius who's been put in a real bad mood. Both by growing up as a genetically engineered pinhead and his business reverses.
That I am extremely displeased. I do not like reading about myself in the papers, especially when my name is coupled with the phrase billion-dollar loss.
As an actor, I don't go through a lot of, like, wow, what would it be like to grow up a pinhead? Because, come on, you just jump in there and do it. You know, I like the script, a certain sort of nasty quality in the writing where, you know, all the characters are just animals. You know?
Ow! Try to pay attention.
Yes, yes, yes.
Shut up. Keep kissing and listen.
Yes, yes.
Now, those idiots think that we've checkmated Virgil Travis, but I know better. He's still in the game.
You really think he'd go and murder people?
Why not? We've had people murdered.
I wouldn't say she has a heart of gold, but she's, you know, and she doesn't even mean well. You know, she grew up with, you know, a lot of money and power, and, you know, she's a woman, so it's going to be harder for her anyway, so she's just really fierce and you know, in this fight to get where she wants and to get what she wants out of life. So, you know, she's number one, though. She comes first, for sure.
I'm the gentle, innocent wife of his most brilliant competitor. Go to sleep, little Harry. Mommy needs her beauty rest.
People ask me what kind of role it was. I say it was a billionaire buffoon married to a dominatrix who's just kind of the mouthpiece for his wife. I think he was born with money, and that's why his wife hooked into him. And exterior, cool, but kind of weird too.
Is there anything in this world more pathetic than a man? I think not.
No!
A tape was made available to me to view regarding that, and I don't know, I didn't really view it because, I mean, I learned enough about it to know what it is and why it's done, and that, you know, certain reasons why people go to women like that, or why that plays a part in relationships, but that's not what Moira's really about. It's you know, I didn't need to learn, you know, the details of, you know, where exactly to whip the person. I just, you know, I looked more into the reasons why people do that, and as for Moira, she, you know, that's her power. She's got to have control. She's got to be in power. To me, it was so, like, obvious. So that's her way of staying in control. Because there's a reason why she's with Harrison for 10 years, and she doesn't respect him, but she needs him there to dominate.
There's a scene where I am strapped in these leather, and I have the leather goggles type of thing, and she's whacking me with like a riding crop.
I also hurt him.
They had to bring in some boards because Debra, who's a fine actress, she's a little too enthusiastic.
I think he was getting mad at me, but I was new at this.
Mistress!
It was a totally different character than what I'm used to playing.
Toast to the founder of the feast. Travis's billion-dollar loss is our billion-dollar gain. Mr. Harrison Newman.
When I was asked to do this role, I was never given the script. Never given the script. They said, would you do this role? And I said, sure. So they sent me the sides, the lines, and that was just about it.
Nicholas Worth has worked for us before. He's terrific and made a great victim.
I go on to what's called first impressions. When I read the sides that were given to me, I knew what this person was about. I mean, when you're 61 years old like me, and you've studied human nature for years, and you've studied people for years, and you've studied circumstances that people find themselves in, my first impression was, this guy reminds me of certain people I knew that had life handed to them without having to work for it. So they couldn't relate to the blue-collar person. All they could relate to is making more money and bringing to themselves more friends, acquaintances that can better them. So I just think it's marvelous how Warbeck gets trapped in his own home.
What the hell's going on, Squires? The power's down.
Yes, sir. We're checking it out right now to confirm.
Confirm my spotty dick. What the hell am I paying for?
Where he treats his people like dung is where he's brought down.
Mr. Gami. Mascaro. I think of him as a soft-spoken assassin who is very dangerous, he goes in and out of disguises to get close to the people he needs to get rid of.
You'll need a disguise.
No problem. It's good to get out of that costume.
This is his normal persona, and when he goes into disguise, this is gone. But he's very uncomfortable without this mask, which is not a mask to him, it's who he is. This is actually taken from one of the puppets. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of the puppets that was in a previous film, I believe a previous film, of a clown.
How you doing, Razor Baby, Cotton Baby, Black Baby, Shirley?
Good morning, Miss Sagami.
Dealing with the girls in the band who are in the cage, you know, that was like really any other special effect in a weird way, because luckily, with the exception of 1 or 2 scenes, they were contained in that cage, so it made it a little easier just logistically to shoot their material. But again, the songs kind of help tell the story, or at least propel the story, so I didn't want to you know, sort of disregard that, but I didn't want it to make it like a rock video, which would have been too much for the story that I was trying to tell. So, you know, it was like anything else, a challenge.
There's nobody in the movie that's innocent, except for the girls, I suppose, the band.
I had more energy toward them than I did the dolls. I didn't feel them to be a threat. I felt they were, maybe I could have fun with them, enjoy them.
That's enough of that! Show a little protocol, a little spirituality. Behave yourselves. Take a lesson from my little friends over there. Hey, knock it off!
Like it was tough, you know, and working with the little creatures, because there's only so much these puppets can do, and you know they're supposed to be killing people, and they're only about 1.5 feet tall.
I am, of course, racist, but an equal opportunity one.
It's charming.
Oh, the dolls are great. I first saw them not in a shot setup, but when they brought them in and said, hey, look at this, and they're like playing with their controls and making them work, and it was really cool.
The guys that did the effects, you know, I mean, they're under the table turning the crank and everything, and to die at the hands of one of those dolls was really eerie. It was weird. You know, I had a couple pictures that were taken on the set that I would show acquaintances of mine, and says, hey, this is the movie I did and all that. And I say, yeah, that's the doll. And man, they're evil.
Honey, come on now, holy shit! Where did you come from?
They were better than what I pictured. I mean, I didn't really know what they were going to look like. But you know, when you read a script, there's no way. I mean, when they brought in the dolls, I was like, wow. They were very intricate and you know, they looked cool. I didn't expect that. I was very impressed with the dolls.
Yeah, they're my competition, so I resent them a little bit.
Why them? I've always come through for you.
Now, no jealousy. Don't think of them as competitors. Think of them as new weapons. Come to know them. Come to love them. They'll kill for you. For us.
Any of these movies is just, you know, just getting through the day and trying to, you know, you're moving so quickly that you know, unlike on a big shoot where people have 10, 12, 14 weeks to make a movie, we shot this film in 2 weeks. So you wind up in a situation where, you know, you obviously have to do a lot of compromising, but you still want to sort of capture those moments that, you know, were part of that original vision.
I just think he's a wonderful director. He's very intuitive. He's an actor's director. He knows exactly what he wants. And he gets what he wants from the actor.
Well, Charlie was great in directing me in this because he gave me freedom to try things. I felt a lot of freedom. That's the main thing I can say about, Charlie. He never told me, do it this way. I mean, we would try different things, and if something wasn't working, we would try it, a few different ways. I understood her, and I think he knew that, and so he kind of let me play with her and just find most of the things on my own.
Debra Mayer was really a pleasant surprise because the part was a very tough part. To pull off that role, you have to be a wonderful actor. It's not an easy one where you have to, be evil, be charming, have the little-headed dude fall in love with you.
Virgil, don't you see? We're both marvels, and we're both monsters. Believe me, I know it now. We were meant for one another. My Virgil.
From the get-go, Charlie seemed to like what I was doing. I liked his directing. I liked the way he moved things, and he gave you a lot of encouragement and confidence. That was good. Obviously, he's very experienced, so coming from him, it made you feel good as an actor.
Yeah, one added mad spin to an already crazy project and life and production was having Penelope Spheris on board making a documentary about us making this movie. She not only covered pre-production, how the ideas came together, how the casting was done, but she covered the production, post, all the way up to the premiere of the movie, and some intrigue that went on, around the film, behind the scenes, the actors, the girls in the rock and roll band. Anyway, her movie, which is still untitled, is about blood dolls and about the making of an independent, low-budget B film.
They were not intrusive. It was my thing. I just sort of kept myself very intense and very quiet, and I didn't want that camera to bother me in terms of what I was focusing on. I totally forgot about it because they were not in your face. They were there, and they were really good about it from my point of view.
She was just so nice. I mean, you could tell she knows her business and stuff. But she'd ask me these questions, and then she'd ask me more questions about my regular business and stuff, because I was talking about it and everything, and I was talking upset about someone, and here's the cameras following me, and then she's like, well, open your robe. And I'm like, what? Open your robe. Now, how can you stay so trim selling bakery products and all that and everything? And she had, had fun with it and everything. But she was real encouraging.
This your favorite part?
No.
It was just neat. It actually added energy. It added a good energy to the whole thing. It was, it made it feel like, this is a big deal. This is cool. This is, it was a good energy. I didn't mind. It didn't make me feel like, oh, get that camera out of here. What are they doing? There's so many people and so many cameras and so many things around that if you're not focused already, then that's not going to make a difference. So that didn't bother me.
Debra Mayer playing Moira Yulin, the evil cutthroat bitch.
It's just like a little miracle when you can make a movie that turns out halfway decent in 12 days. It's just not a lot of time. And right now we're here at the Fangoria convention, which is a lot of fun and color, and we're talking to the fans who at the end of the day watch these movies and luckily in most cases enjoy them. So we're giving toys away, we're selling toys. We talked about some upcoming productions. So we're now in in late May of '99, and when you guys see this, it'll be August, September, October, it'll be later in the year. We'll be heading into the year 2000, but this convention is cool and the fans are here, and it's it's just great coming and talking to them.
Of course! This is as much a matter of pride as profit.
The big conclusion is we pulled all this together. I think it works. It was a long process. It began almost a year ago, which for us is a long time. That's also because I didn't have a lot of time to devote to post, so what should have taken 2-3 months took about half a year. But, I think we made a good movie. I think, in the year 2010 or 15, when we've made 500 films, there'll be maybe 20 or 30 that will stand alone, and I hope this will be one. And I think there's some new careers involved in this picture. I think Debra Mayer has a big career. I think there's some other wonderful actors and performers who will emerge.
Some music, Hylas. Number 10.
So sit back and brace yourself for this one-of-a-kind explosion of terror. Blood Dolls. In the dead of night, they came to this house, chosen for a mysterious purpose.
It is time for a story.
Tonight's a very special night of the year for me.
Tonight marks the 300th anniversary of my ancestors' death.
For the crimes of witchcraft, we, the goodly servants of the Lord, sentence thee, Lilith of Fae, to eternal damnation.
I never got to tell you all the stuff about this old house.
They say the original LaFay family had this mansion shipped, brick by brick, to Massachusetts from their estate in France.
It's haunted.
What happened to the lights?
Yo, anyone.
I invoke the spirits of my dread clan.
Let's rock.
What's happening?
Do you believe in evil spirits?
I think it's time to get this party really going.
Witch House, coming soon.
They thought he was dead. They forgot about the bloodstone.
An innocent corrupted.
This child has been ravaged by a vampire.
Please, kill me.
A creature of pure evil.
Rather Vladislas is a figment of folklore.
He has pursued her relentlessly.
As my child.
What brings you to Bucharest, Master?
Vengeance.
He'll find me.
She has fought him for her humanity.
I'm your master. You cannot deny me.
Now, they will face each other one last time to decide who will possess her soul.
Let there be a bloodbath.
We must destroy him, Master.
Subspecies 4.
You're mine forevermore.
Bloodstorm.
Now you can own these tiny tears of Full Moon's newest movie, Blood Dolls. Get down with the pimp doll with his razor-cutting blade and scepter. Step right up to Sideshow and get the point across with his brain-smashing mace. And don't let misfortune fool you, because her nunchuck and sword will blind you. These plus more are ready to haunt your homes. Look for them at your local retail stores or shop online at fullmoonpictures.com. Now Now you can satisfy your cravings for all your favorite Full Moon merchandise by shopping online at fullmoonpictures.com. There you will find all your favorite videos, posters, toys, t-shirts, and other ghoulish treats. Once you're finished, check out Full Moon Pictures toys for our internet exclusives. So check out the dark side of the internet at fullmoonpictures.com.